Hello dear student, our today's topic name is Flame Photometer from chapter Analytical Techniques. So dear student, let's move toward our today's topic. So content of our today's lecture is Introduction, Principle, Instrumentation, Working, Advantages, Disadvantages and Applications of Flame Photometer. First, we will going to see the introduction of flame photometer and the idea about flame photometer. So, flame photometry, more accurately called as atomic emission spectroscopy, and is the branch of spectroscopy in which the species examined in the spectrometer are in the form of atom. Okay, and the flame photometry is based on measurement of intensity of light emitted when metal is introduced into the flame. Okay, this is a basic thing or basic idea about what is flame photometry. So it is based on measurement of intensity of light emitted when the metal is introduced into a flame. Okay, and it gives qualitative as well as quantitative analysis. How? So when wavelength of color means that the wavelength of color tell us what the element is present, and the color intensity tell us how much amount of the element is present. Means wavelength of color is qualitative type of analysis, and the color intensity, okay, which is a quantitative type of analysis. Okay, the basic principle upon which the atomic spectroscopy works it is based on the fact, okay, and the fact that is matter matter absorb light at the same wavelength at which emits light. Okay, it emits light. This is a basic fact. Okay, that is matter absorb light at the same wavelength at which it emits light. Now, atoms of element subjected to a hot flame, that is specific quantum of thermal energy absorbed by orbital electrons, and it becomes unstable at high energy level. That's why it releases energy as a photons of particular wavelength and change back to a ground state. Okay, and when metal salt solution is burned, okay, means when the metal salt solution is burned, the metal provides a color flame. Okay, and each metal ion gives a different colored flame. Means when we change means when if we change one metal from another, then that color also change. Okay, means metal and its color are different. Okay, a flame test therefore can be used to test for the absence or presence of metal ion. Okay, so principle of flame photometer, when the solution is aspirated into a low temperature flame in an aerosol, each droplets of water evaporates. Okay, and the leaving solid core of the residue of evaporation, the core further breaks down to a molecular level. Okay, and then it provides the molecules are not too refractory progress to form atomic species. Okay, the atom then excited by the flame. Okay, and its electron temporarily move to a higher energy state. Means electron are generally for only temporary purpose move uh, from ground state to higher energy state, and when the electron returns to the ground state they lose their excitation energy and a wavelength is visible light is emitted. Okay, and the emitted line can be isolated from other light wavelength by an optical filters. Okay, means optical filter are used for the isolation purpose. The amount of light being emitted is proportional to the total number of atoms in the flame. Okay, and it is follow the concentration of that atom in the original solution. The amount of light emitted can be measured by suitable photo detector. Okay, means photo detector are useful for to measure the light emission of light, and the photo detector generates the electrical signal which amplify and display on digital readout device. Okay, various metals and its characteristic colors of light when metal is heated. Okay, I already tell you that when we change metal, then its color also going to change. So here, when we use sodium, its color is yellow. When we use potassium, its color is violet. When we use barium, its color is lime green. Calcium, orange. Lithium, red. Okay, these are the colors when the various metal and its color changes when we metal is heated. This is a block diagram of instrumentation of flame photometer. Okay, here is the sample. Then there is an atomizer. After that there is a mixing chamber, burner, flame, monochromator and photodetector, electronic and control unit. After that there is a printer which gives us sorry after that there is a printer and LCD. Okay, and this is a instrumentation block diagram of flame photometer. Let's move towards schematic representation of flame photometer. Okay, this is a schematic presentation. Now, components of flame photometer. First component is sample delivery system. Okay, in second is monochromator, third one is detector, and last one is readout device. In sample delivery system, there are three components of introducing liquid sample. Okay, so first is nebulizer. It breaks up the liquid into small droplets. Okay, and nebulization the is conversion of sample into a mist of finely divided droplets using jet of compressed gas. The flow carries the sample into a atomizer region region and then next is aerosol modifier. Okay, and this aerosol modifier is its remove large droplets from the stream and allow only smaller droplets than the certain size to pass. Okay, means aerosol modifier is useful for allow only small droplets than the certain size to pass. Okay, then there is a flame or atomizer. It's convert the analytes into a free atoms. Okay, these three points are in a sample delivery system, that is nebulizer, aerosol modifier and flame or atomizer. Okay, now next is source. Okay, the burner a burner used to spray the sample solution into fine droplets. Okay, several burners and fuel plus oxidant combination have been used to produce the analytical flame. Okay, uh, there is a some burners, that is premix burner, maker total consumption burner. Okay, then there is a premix burner and nitrous oxide acetylene flame. Okay, these two are we discussed, premix and maker total consumption burner. Okay, in premix burner means in this case sample solution fuel and oxidizer are well mixed. Okay, and with the help of axi we are having a wavelet. In this case only the small droplets of sample can reach us to a flame. Okay, and the large droplets of sample are collected at the bottom of drain. Okay, means only small sample, okay, can be reached to the flame. And when there is a large sample, then large droplets, then the droplets are settled at the bottom. Only 5% of sample is burned, where 95% is condensed and drained. Okay, this is idea about premix burner. Now total consumption burner. In as the sample of solution is completely burned, so it is called as total consumption burner. Okay, the fuel which are used in this case is acetylene, and the fuel is oxidized by oxidizer, okay, which is either air or nitrous oxide or oxygen diluted with N2. When the fuel is oxidizer, uh, sorry, when the fuel and oxidizer are burned at the tip of the burner, the large amount of heat is produced, okay, and so the air present in the capillary is expanded, creating a partial vacuum in the capillary. Because of vacuum, the sample solution is rushed to the tip of burner. Okay, now next is monochromator. Okay, in this monochromator there is a prism and grating. Okay, that prism is made up of quartz material, is used for making prism, as a quartz is transparent over the entire region. Okay, and this grating is employ a grating which is essentially a series of parallel straight lines cut into a plane surface. Then there is a detector, then readout device. Okay, it is capable of displaying the absorption spectrum as well as absorbance at specific wavelength. Okay, now working of flame photometer. See here, this is a burner, this is a flame, this is a concave mirror. After that, after flame there is a monochromator, focusing lenses, photocell, galvanometer. Okay, so see here the working of flame photometer. How is the working of flame photometer? Okay, when the fuel is burned at the tip of burner, the sample solvent rushes upward, and then the solvent is vaporized and the solid material is produced. Means first the solid material is produced, and these solid material are then converted into gaseous atoms. Okay, and some gaseous metallic atom absorb heat energy and jump to the excited state. Means excitation of ground state to excited state, and then instantly return to the ground state, okay, with emission of certain radiation. When are means which are then collected by concave mirror. Okay, here back to a concave mirror, and are incident after passing through a monochromator. Okay, then after incident on this, they are collected on a monochromator, and the current is produced in the photocell. Okay, here photocell, and the current is produced in the photocell, and it is connected to the readout device, okay, which gives directly the intensity of radiation emitted by the excited atom. Okay, and from intensity we give quantitative type of analysis, and with the help of wavelength we give a qualitative type of analysis. Okay, this is a simple working of flame photometer. Now advantages. Okay, it has some advantages and some disadvantages. Now, first we will see advantages of flame photometer. The determination of elements such as alkali and alkaline earth metal is performed easily with most reliable and convenient methods. Okay, it is inexpensive. Okay, and the simple quantitative test based on flame analysis. These are the some advantages of flame photometer. Now, disadvantages of flame photometer. The, the concentration of metal ion in the solution cannot be measured accurately. This is a first disadvantage. Now, second, it is difficult to obtain the accurate result of ion with higher concentration. So last point of our lecture is applications of flame photometer. So first application is qualitative applications, second one is quantitative application, third is used to determine calcium and magnesium in cement and used to determine lead in petrol. Okay, first we see qualitative and quantitative application. So qualitative applications means in qualitative application, flame photometric methods are widely used for the determination of alkali and the alkaline earth metal in the sample that are easily produced as an aqueous solution, and some of these elements can be determined visually, okay, by the color in the flame. For example, when we used sodium, that sodium gives yellow flame, okay, and that flame we easily visualize by eyes, okay. However, this method is not very reliable, okay, and the best method is to use flame photometer with filter and monochromator to produce radiation with the wavelength, okay, wavelength characteristic of different metal from other radiations present. And if the radiation of characteristic wavelength is detected, it will indicate the presence of metal in the sample. This is qualitative type application. Now what is quantitative type application? So flame photometer uh, means the concentration of various alkali and alkaline earth metals is important in determination of suitably of solid soil for cultivation, and very often and the analysis of shed leaves of plant for calcium and potassium is carried out. This gives an idea of the concentration of these ions in the soil which can be taken by the plant. Okay, this is a quantitative type of application, and these are the applications of flame photometer. So thank you dear student.